The runway was just a few hundred yards beyond this field, but the Turkish Airlines jet couldn't make it. Emergency crews were on the scene within minutes, but the muddy conditions meant tractors had to be used to ferry away those lucky enough to survive, and those who didn't. Several hours after the crash, 3 crew members who perished were still inside the cockpit. Once investigators finish their inquiries, the cockpit can be cut open and the bodies removed. So what happened to flight TK1951? Well, all seemed well as it made its final approach to Schiphol around 10:30 local time this morning. The landing gear was down, but steadily the nose rose higher and higher.
At one point I realized that I was hearing engine noise, but it wasn't coming from that plane, combined with the side of a plane which was traveling very, very slow, given the fact it was still 3 kilometers away from the runway.
Approaching its designated runway from the north, the plane fell short, crashing into a field and breaking into 3 pieces. But there was no fire or explosion. The fuel tanks remained intact. It's believed the tail hit the ground first, with the already deployed undercarriage being ripped off. Weather conditions were good this morning when the plane came down. The skies were overcast, but visibility was fine and the winds were light. Crash investigators have been poring over the wreckage all day, trying to work out just what went wrong. Anxious relatives received news of loved ones who were on board at a makeshift crisis center. For some, their worst fears were realized. For survivors of the crash, miracles do happen.
I was scared I wouldn't see my children again. That's about as scary as you can get.
The black box recorder has now been found, witness to an horrific tragedy that so far no one can explain.